Hello and welcome to our program. I'm Deacon Pedro. Today we're going to be speaking with Father Robert Galea. Father Rob has been a guest in many of our programs numerous times on television and as well as on our radio program, the Salt and Light Hour. And so we're going to take the opportunity that he is in Canada to catch up with him. He's got a few new projects on the go. But how about we start with a song? Here's Father Robert Galea with his song, No Greater Love.
Strong tower and endless grace, you remain always the bright morning star, even though you know exactly who we are. Nothing's gonna bring us down. You took them for a crown. What was lost is now found. We found it in you, Jesus. There is no greater love than this. None that could ever compare with His. He died, He rose, He's coming again. He died, He rose, in Him there is no end. There is no greater love than this. Nothing's gonna bring us down. You took them for a crown. What was lost is now found. Found it in you, Jesus. Wash away the stain, make us whole again. Your love will not remain everlasting. Turn our life around, lift us from the ground. We'll never be the same everlasting. You claim you wanna taste, praise you now and always. There is no greater love than this. There is no greater love. There is no greater love. Nothing's gonna bring us down. You took them for a crown. What once was lost, you know it has been found. And we found it in you, Jesus. There is no greater love. Whoa, there is no greater love. There is no greater
That was Father Robert Galea with his song, No Greater Love. And Father Robert Galea is sitting right here with me. Rob, so good to have you back in Canada. For people who are just seeing you for the first time, hearing about you for the first time, you're a priest, you're from Malta, but you're in Australia. How did that all come about?
That's right. And first of all, Pedro, great to be here and always a pleasure to come to Salt and Light. That's right. I live in Australia. I live in a place called Shepparton, Australia, which is close to Melbourne. And I have lived in Australia for 8 years. I decided to move to Australia while I was a seminarian on the invitation of the bishop then, the late Bishop Joe Grech, just to be able to work to serve in a country town. So, for example, I come from a diocese which has 45 parishes and about 20 active priests. And before that, I lived in Malta. So most of my life, I've lived in the small island of Malta, where all my family are today.
So in Malta, there are lots of that parish that the diocese you're talking about is in Australia.
That's correct.
So they don't have enough priests. In Malta, there are lots of priests.
That's comparatively, yes.
So you're incarnated in your diocese, or are you technically doing mission work? Are you a missionary priest?
What we say is that I'm on loan to
On
the
loan,
Sandhurst
yes.
diocese. So
But you finished your seminary,
studies in Melbourne.
but you were ordained in Malta.
That is correct. I got a trip to Malta to get ordained, and then I flew back. So I was only home for a few weeks, getting ordained by the Archbishop of Malta.
And then on loan.
Then on loan, yeah.
And you're in a parish.
That's right. So I work in a large parish, about 75,000 people, and about 25% of those are Catholic, and we. And so I serve there in chaplain to about 2,500 students, and also 6 retirement homes, believe it or not, and,
Right, yeah.
and 2 hospitals. And I live and work in the parish for 8 months a year,
Okay.
and then 3 months a year I tour. So I work.
Because you're, okay, and I want to talk about that. But wait, so go back, because you said there's 45 parishes, 20 priests. You're alone in your parish?
No, I'm with another priest.
So
and
how
we
do-
look after 3 parishes.
Ah, okay. So you have to, so there's a lot of traveling?
Yes, there is. So each parish is about 40 kilometers away.
Okay.
And so we look after 3 parishes that way.
And now, is this diocese, I'm sorry, what's the diocese?
Sandhurst.
And is it considered a mission diocese?
No, it isn't. So Australia has been taken off the missionary list.
So even though you don't have enough priests, it's still
Yes.
technically not.
Yeah, that's correct.
Technically, you can handle it, basically.
In theory.
In theory.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're busy.
Yeah, quite busy. And I look after the youth ministry in our diocese as well. So
Okay.
I had a program called Stronger.
Stronger, yes, and we can
Yeah.
talk about that too. So you're busy. Your bishop still allows you to
To travel.
go off for 3
Yeah,
months
that's
to
correct.
tour to do your music.
Yes, that's right.
Why?
Look, I think it's part of what I did. I used to tour, and I used to speak at youth events even before I was ordained. So what I do is, I'm a recording artist, so I write music, I record music, but I speak at youth conferences.
Yes.
And over the last 3 years, for example, by the grace of God, I've had the opportunity to speak to over 200,000 young people.
Yes,
And
amazing.
so I go from youth conference to youth conference and parishes, and I go around and I speak just to help people understand, even from my own background. You know, where I come from a place when I was 16, where I was suicidal, I was lost,
Yes.
I was confused, and I found grace, I found God, I found hope. And so this is what I'm passionate about, is to just help young people understand that there is hope and there's a God there that loves them.
So your bishop understands that work is just as important as parish work.
Yeah, it is an apostolate, you know, just like a person who works in a parish, a priest who works in a parish and goes to a university to lecture.
Yes.
So it's pretty much the same thing, except I go around the world to lecture.
Yes.
And it's really 2 months of travel, and then 1 month, which I get a holiday, which I utilize a lot of the time to travel and
Right.
to speak.
Right. So that's what you're doing right now. You were in Europe and England.
Yes,
Now you're in Canada, and then you're going to be on your way to India.
that's correct.
Now, one of the things that you've been doing when you travel is because you're also into multimedia, doing some video work.
That's
If
correct.
people go to your website or your YouTube channel or your Facebook page, there's all these links to these little videos that you make,
That's correct. Yes.
often while you travel, right?
Yes, you see, because the thing is, one of my passions is to help, even I think, is to disciple young people. You know, it's not only to evangelize. Evangelization is important, but there's also the importance of balancing mission and maintenance. You see.
Okay.
So I'm a missionary, but also I need to look after the sheep that are already there. So
Yes.
so what I do is I use social media in particular to continue that relationship while I'm away
Okay.
with these young people, in particular young people, but everyone. For example, I create a travel video while I'm away,
Yeah.
which is done professionally, in like a
Yeah.
film company type of thing, to keep in contact with these young people, but also giving a message of, for example, I just released a short video with the help of Adi Indra, a seminarian.
Yes.
And we recorded this video and we edited it, put it together. And the message is, for example, the importance of staying connected with a community.
Okay.
Okay, I explained sort of, look, I'm all over the place, but at the end of the day, my source of strength is Jesus. And the source of strength that I find most fulfilling and most important is Jesus found in the community.
And that's
in
the parish. Yeah.
That's correct.
Tell
yeah.
you what, why don't we watch that and people can get a better sense as to what you're talking about.
Absolutely.
So here's Father Robert's travel video. Can we call it that?
Travel diary.
Travel diary.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Brisbane at the local time, just approaching 5 minutes past 4. Please remain seated with your seatbelt fastened until the aircraft has come to a complete stop at the terminal. Once the seatbelt sign has been switched off, you'll be disembarking through the forward door on the left-hand side.
Go into the world, showing how much He loves you. Walk in the world.
There's nothing more rewarding than going out to reach out to people to the ends of the earth, to travel and to give them Jesus. And as tiring as this is, my heart does fill with joy as I see people coming to Jesus, coming to accept this love and this understanding that they have a future. But at the end of the day, it is the local parish where my heart is. I can travel to the ends of the earth, but my home is the parish where I live and where I serve.
You and me, He will bless you and me. Go into the world, showing how much He loves you. Walk in the world, meaningful ways. He loves you. He loves you. Emmanuel on earth. God with us on earth.
My name is Father Galea. I'm a priest. I've been ordained for 3 years now, and I have a passion, an absolute passion for Jesus, for helping people understand their potential, their hope, and how amazing you all are. Just turn to the person next to you and say, "You're awesome."
Into the world, showing how much He loves you. Walk in the world in merciful ways. He loves you. He loves you. Emmanuel on earth. Yours is the body, the hands and the feet.
I find nothing more fulfilling than being in a parish with people who I can teach and also I can learn from. People I can disciple and also be discipled by. I will continue to travel, I will continue to go around the world. But I will give it up any day to serve the local parish.
Go into the world, showing how much He loves you.
So that was Father Robert Galea's most recent travel diary, Stronger. That's a youth program for the
Yes.
diocese? How does that work?
So, as I said, I come from a diocese called Santos. Now, Santos is like 4.5 hours, even 5 hours across, and driving at 110 kilometers per hour. So,
Not speeding.
Not speeding, that's right. So it's a large diocese, and it's let's say from one parish to another, you can travel 50 kilometers and not see anything, you know.
Really?
So you have a lot of big towns, but they're very far from each other. And you come to Australia, and there are no young people in the church, and that's one thing. And to the geographical distance. So one thing that I wanted to do was I started a retreat, a weekend, and where we gathered young people. And every year we used to have this retreat. And this I started while I was a seminarian. And then we continued these retreats, but we thought we needed something more. So we started rallies, like outreach rallies that moved around the diocese. So every deanery in the diocese would get a day of rallies. So we have music, praise and worship, we have a teaching, we have a discussion as well. And then the importance of in-parish discipleship. So we started a thing called discipleship groups. So those start, and those are reaching out to young people within a parish setting.
Right.
For example, our parish, we had no young people, hardly any young people. Now we have about 12 Eucharistic ministers under the age of 18 who are discipled, who love
Great.
Jesus and want to serve the church. So
great.
that's one success story.
Right.
So I run that around the diocese as well in sort of my free time. And
Yeah, right. I'm sure you have lots of free time. So I'm intrigued by the whole balance between what you said, you know, evangelization and maintenance. So we can evangelize, you cast the net, bring them in, but then you have to have something to support them and form them.
Yes.
And that's what you're seeing, that's the result.
And
in
that is
formation.
the most important and the hardest thing to do for me.
Yeah.
You know, it's easy for me to
Oh, you
stand
have
on
to
a stage.
walk with them, yeah.
Yeah, but to sit and walk with these young people, and I think youth ministry in particular is one of the most rewarding ministries, but one of the most heartbreaking
Yes.
ministries, because you're feeding these young people, and then all of a sudden they go back into their old habits. They decide, hey, they cannot commit anymore, and it's very heartbreaking.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's something I'm passionate about.
Yeah, no, or there's nothing there for them when they come back.
Yeah.
So would you say that the music is a way to reach out, no pun intended,
Yeah.
you know, to reach out?
Yeah.
But then there's got to be something else there.
Yes.
So you're doing...
Yeah, and this is a thing, like people say, we need good music. That's why you have young people, because you have good music. Well, I totally disagree with that. Good music is important.
Yes.
But good music is not going to bring young people to church. It will, it can help them pray to be able to stay there. But at the end of the day, they're going to find better music in the clubs. They're going to find better music out there. So it's not about the music. It's about the whole. I think the most important thing when it comes to youth ministry is that sense of community, that sense of belonging, that sense of being loved within a community and not being judged and condemned.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's talk about the music a little bit, because that's what you're doing right now. 2 new albums coming out.
That's correct. One in September 2014.
Yep.
And the next one will come out probably mid-2015.
So the one that's coming out in September 2014, Something About You, that's the
Yes.
acoustic album.
Yes.
Just
that's
you
an
and a
acoustic-
guitar, unplugged.
That's correct. No, not really. I have a cello.
Okay, so
a
it's
cellist.
acoustic. Oh, sorry.
It's
Acoustic,
it's
yes.
sort of it's acoustic, but it's unplugged.
Yes.
We'll call it that.
Nice.
And it's a laid-back album. It's called Something About You, as in God, and Something About God, and it talks about what God means to the people I've been working with over the last 3 years in a
Nice.
parish.
Good. So, and people can find more about that on your website, fatherrob.com, and it's going to be distributed in North America by GIA.
GIA,
Records.
that's correct.
GIA. Okay.
So so GIA Records will distribute it around here, and then I have another album. So
Yes.
this is-
Tell me
it's
the
different.
dance. Okay, go ahead.
Very different album, and this might cause some controversy as well. So I got together with
Only if you get up and dance.
That's not going to happen. Well, I'm working with a dance company.
Yes.
So I'm working with a company called the Ministry of Sound, which is, they have a lot of dance songs. It's a big company in Sydney, Australia. And so I'm working with them to release a dance album. Now, the dance culture is a culture which is massively inundated with drugs and sex and a lot of negativity, sort of putting people down and objectifying women and
Yes.
things like that. So I thought, man, we need to do something to get a positive message out there. So I'm going to release this album, which is a really doof, like full-on
So like
dance.
techno dance.
Yeah, as far as it goes, you know.
Nice.
But with a positive message.
But you can't use it in liturgy.
No, I don't recommend. I don't even recommend it in your meditation.
No.
But if you're driving,
But if you want to
in
dance,
the car,
get pumped up.
Yeah, why not?
Good message music.
Yes, it's a good message music. It talks about prayer. There's even a sort of a praise and worship aspect to
Nice.
it. But at the same time, if someone listens to it in a club, it doesn't necessarily give that
So they don't-
religious feel, but it
Right.
gives that and positive
So you
image.
can infiltrate.
Yes, it even has scripture verses in some of it. So they'll be quoting the scripture, and,
And
then
they won't know it.
Then they open their Bible the next week and they say, "Oh, I heard that in the club," and you think,
Oh, the Bible got it from that
Yeah,
techno.
that's it.
Yeah. But the album doesn't have a name yet. So
Not yet,
Do
no.
you need people to send in name
Yeah,
suggestions?
if you'd like to send in a suggestion, you just go to fatherrob.com, send me an email. I'm very
Okay,
happy.
yeah. Dance with Father Rob is already taken. Can't use it. Father Rob, that's all the time we have. Thank you so much. It's so good to see you. Hope you're enjoying yourself in Canada. And again, you can find out more about the work that Father Rob is doing all over the world and in his home diocese in Australia, fatherrob.com. You can contact him directly. You could also contact us here, focus@saltandlighttv.org. That's all for today. Thank you so much, Father.
Thanks so much for being here. God bless.
So we're going to end off with another song. Here's Father Rob with Reach Out.
Little girl, why are you running away? So far from all that you know is true. What has the world done to you? You get up, only to find that you're crushed again beneath the weight of your loneliness. There is a way if only you would trust. Reach out to the hands that are longing to save you, and cry out to the one who has loved you and made you, to the God who will never forsake you. Little boy, don't wipe the tears from your eyes. Darkness be your only company. You can still be all you wanna be. You can still be all you wanna be. So reach out to the hands that are longing to save you, and cry out to the one who has loved you and made you. Oh, reach out. Cry out. Through the storm,